Hi everyone, it's Elena Johnson here with you again today. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what you can do when you don't feel like writing. Maybe you're a little bit like me and you don't wake up every morning going, man, I just can't wait to sit down and write. Maybe you do sit down and do that. I hope you do. For me, sometimes it is a struggle to get going. Either I don't really quite know where my story's going, or I don't quite know what my characters need, or I'm just tired, or I'd rather watch Netflix, or it's a sunny day and I want to take the dogs to the park, like today. So, the first thing that we have to do when we get into a mood like this is we have to figure out how we can get ourselves back to that joy of writing that we've talked about a couple of times. If you have any questions throughout, throw them at me and I'll see if I can answer them as we're going along. So, one of the things that I learned after I retired in December was that I had all day long to do what I used to do in about 3 or 4 hours. And I found that I couldn't even get those things done when I had all day long. So the first thing that I would say to you is discover what prevents you from writing. Is it the area you're in? Is it kids? Is it dogs? Is it being hungry? Is it because it's nice outside? Is it because your house is dirty? Is it because you have other things that you need to get done first? And you need to be able to set a schedule and eliminate as many of those distractions during your writing time as you can. So for me, I know that I can't write during certain times of day because I'm picking up, driving, going somewhere, have appointments. I mean, those things are easy to block out and go, that's not my writing time. I'm talking about your writing time. What prevents you from sitting down during your scheduled writing time and not writing? Could be the TV. I used to be able to write to TV and movies and music no matter what, and now I find that there are some TV shows, Criminal Minds, some documentaries. I couldn't write during the Umbrella Academy. I couldn't write during those shows because I had to watch them, and I can't miss what's going on. But Food Network shows, I can write during those. And The Masked Singer, if you haven't seen that, season 1's over now, but you can write during that because you can kind of see what's going on and still write at the same time. And for me, my biggest one that I learned after about 3 or 4 weeks of being retired was housework. And constantly being like, I've got to clean up, I've got to make the bed, I've got to do the dishes, I've got to do the laundry. Oh, I haven't mopped in 6 months because I've been working and writing and momming and all that stuff. And the very best thing I did was I hired a housekeeper. And she comes 3 or 4 hours a week. And I don't have to think about when am I going to clean that bathroom? When am I going to get downstairs and vacuum? When am I going to do this? When am I going to do that? Because I don't have to do it. And that suddenly freed me up so much. That was a huge distraction that was preventing me from writing during my writing time. So look for those things and try to get rid of them in your life during your writing time. It's okay to be a mom all the time, but make sure that if it's writing time that you've eliminated as many distractions as you can and that you have a plan if you do have some distractions. That will help you get back to it. Another thing that I like to do is track what I'm doing for 30 to 60 days. So I've been retired now for more than 60 days, and I've been keeping track of what I've been doing. I've actually been keeping track of my word count now for about 15 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. So I know on sort of any given day what I can do. I knew what I could do when I was working. I knew what I could do in the summer. I knew what I could do during dance competition season, which it is right now. I've got 3 dance competitions coming up over the next 4 weeks. So every weekend I'm gone for hours and hours. And I kind of have learned since being retired what I can do. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are usually great days for me. By Thursday, I'm dead. I'm so tired. I can't get more than 4 or 5,000 words. I don't have any creativity left. I'm like, I hate this book. So I've learned that I need to take it easy on Thursday and do other things. There's plenty to do in my writing business. So I just don't worry too much about word count that day. But this is a little bit about word count. How can I write during my writing time? How do I increase my word count and make the best use of my time? So track your activities for a month or 2, 3, however long, and I just have a spreadsheet that I use, and it's my word count calculator that I use that I showed in a previous video. And off to the side I write what day it is and I write what I have going on that day, and I can kind of look at it and see how my word count has been. Okay? So in order to be more productive during your writing time, you need to be able to kind of see what you can do. anything you need to do to help yourself get organized and get ready. Another thing that I started doing this year came from something that I heard Skye Warren say in a romance writer's. She did a little workshop in January about how her process and stuff, and one of the things she said was she writes first. So I wasn't doing that. I was checking email, I was checking Facebook, I was chatting with my friends, I was, doing all kinds of things online. I would look at a cover, I would look at my rank, I would check my ads, I would do all kinds of things, and then I'd be like, oh, it's 10:30. My gosh, half my day's gone. Maybe I should sit down and write. So when she said that about the end of January, I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And I got up in the morning at 5 a.m. and I didn't look at my email and I didn't go to Facebook and I didn't look at my ads. I just opened my document and I wrote. And I just started. And I thought, no, I need that routine. I need to check all these things off my routine first. And then I'll be free to write. But what I found was I wasn't free to write. I was tired after working from 5 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on a whole bunch of other things that were not writing. So that would be another one I would say is write first. And then I check my email after that. I try to get 2 chapters in the morning, and then I check my email after that. Now, do I get up every day at 5? No way. I'm old. I can't do that. I can't do that. So I get up probably 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on where I am with my books. So just kind of be realistic about what you can do based on your family responsibilities, your children, if you have a day job, and don't be afraid to set big goals. But after you've tracked for 30 or 60 days, don't be afraid to take those goals back a little bit. You don't have to push yourself so hard, but you do have to push yourself, okay? So when you're setting goals, I would say, what do you reasonably think you can do? Add 500 words to that and see if you can do that. How many days do you typically write? I typically write 4 to 6 days a week. Maybe see if you can add 1 more day to that. How early do you get up? See if you can get up 30 minutes before that. Just kind of push yourself to maybe do what you haven't done before. And we have to be patient with ourselves. Olympic athletes don't jump into the pool or sprint up to the field just by going, I think I want to win a gold medal today. I'm going to beat Michael Phelps. They train, and they train for a long time. And your writing brain and your fingers and your creativity needs time to strengthen as well. So that's why I say track for a month or 2 months or 3 months and train yourself to write more, get up earlier, add an extra day to your training. And another one that I really learned how to do right from the get-go is learn how to write in short blocks of time. So when I started writing, I had a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I was working a lot, and my husband worked a lot, and I had 15 minutes between the time that my son got on the bus to go to school and the time that me and my daughter needed to leave to go to daycare and work. And I would write during that 15 minutes. And it didn't matter if it was only 200 words. It didn't matter if it was only 2 sentences. I wrote during that 15 minutes. And then I'd close the laptop and I'd say, let's go. And I did that. I learned how to write in 15-minute blocks of time, and I can still do it to this day. I have more time than that. My son's 20 now, my daughter's 14, so I don't have to write in 15 minutes of blocks of time, but I can. I trained myself how to do it, and sometimes I still do those short sprints so that I don't lose that ability. So that might be something that you kind of train yourself what to do when you're trying to write more during writing time. If you only have an hour and you think, oh, that's not long enough, it is. Write during that time and see what you can get done. Anyway, I hope this helps a little bit. I'm going to be back to talk a lot more about productivity probably and talk about other things depending on what kind of questions I see come from you. But I hope these tips help you, and I'll see you next week. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. I have a new shirt on. It's my Body by Bacon shirt. Oh, I got it at a writing retreat I went to very recently. So isn't that so cool? Who doesn't love bacon? I love bacon. I'm going to go get some bacon right now.